Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We are going to be in the book of Mark, chapter 4, verses 24 and 25. And this is Jesus speaking. And he said unto them, Take heed what you hear. With what measure ye met, it shall be measured to you, and unto you that hear shall be more given. For he that hath, to him shall be given, and he that hath not, from him shall be taken even that which he hath. And I'm going to repeat that. And he said unto them, Take heed what ye hear. With what measure ye met, it shall be measured to you, and unto you that hear shall be given. For he that hath, to him shall be given, and he that hath not, from him shall be taken even that which he hath. You know, we all hear that saying, do unto others as you would have done unto you. What you put into this world is what you get. Jesus is saying here the same thing. Before that, he is speaking about his light, this gospel. That if you have a candle, you don't put it under a bushel or under a bed. No, you put it on the wall for all to see. See, many Christians, pay attention now, many Christians don't even know that they're ashamed. Let me explain that to you. See, many Christians, they go to church and they do the Bible study, and that is the extent of it. They're socialized with the people at the church and at the Bible study, but other than that, they go and live their life. During their work schedule with their friends and with their family members, they don't speak of God. They don't speak of Christ. In fact, some people keep it a secret on purpose. Some people just don't mention it at all, but keep it to themselves. God tells us in the scriptures that we are to share the gospel, that we are let our light be so bright for all to see. And so what this is referring to, when you keep that to yourself, you'll be like one that you have done nothing. And that you're going to be the one that all those that have little, what little that you have will be taken from you and be given to others because you have done nothing with it. When Jesus talks about the parable of the talents, and it's so funny because it's called talents, which means money, that I've seen these videos where people literally think that talents means the gifts that God has given you, like singing or being able to play football, whatever. And Lord have mercy, I'm like, it was like that is not what talents mean. Talents means money. And even then, the parable, it has nothing to do with money, because it still refers to the gospel. God has given us the gospel, and what we have taken with the gospel, whether if we have multiplied it by sharing with others, those who have done a lot with the gospel by multiplying it, will be when we get to heaven, will be rewarded with many. Those who have taken it and hidden it shall get no reward. Their reward will be taken from them and be given to other people. That is what that parable means. And I know I kind of messed it up in my words, but you get the gist of it. It's all about God's gospel and what are you doing with it. Many Christians don't share the gospel with others. They don't tell others about it. Many people in their lives do not even know that they are Christians. If your family or friends or co-workers have to ask you if you are Christian, you are probably that person who needs to step up their game and share the gospel. Because automatically people should see, if you are a true child of God, people should know that. It should reflect. And I'm not talking about just by wearing a cross around your neck. I mean, it should be coming up out of your mouth. Do you have to preach to everybody you know? No. But I'm going to tell you like this, when somebody loves something dearly, no matter what it is, if it's a kid and a special toy, all they do is talk about that toy. If it's a TV show, man, all you can hear people is talking about that TV show. It's amazing how many people will talk about video games and TV shows or a movie that just came out more than they would talk about their relationship with God. And see, that's what's the problem with many people. They don't think that they have to talk about it. That they're just fine going to church and going to the Bible study, and that's that. Oh, what does it matter? Because my relationship with God is private. Yes, it is private, but God also tells you that you're supposed to obey His word, and His word says what? To share the gospel, to spread the good news. Who are you sharing the gospel with? How are you spreading the good news? Most Christians are like the one person that had the one talent and he buried it in the ground and did nothing with it. So when God comes back, He's going to say, what have you done with my gospel? He's going to be like, here it is. I've kept it. I kept what you have given me. And it's sad. But most Christians don't realize that exactly what they are doing. Oh, but I do talk about God. I talk about God with the people when I'm at church. Those people already know God. Oh, I talk about with people when I go to Bible study. Again, you're talking to people who already know. How are you multiplying that light that God has given you? How are you multiplying the word that God has given you? Are you sharing with other people who do not know? And there's many ways to share the gospel. Showing love, helping others, giving to others, and not expect nothing in return. There's too many people that, oh man, they expect too much in return. As soon as they give something, first of all, they got to let the whole world know that what they're doing so that everybody can pay attention to him. Look at me, I'm a good person. That automatically is your reward right there. You're not, God's not going to give you anything for that. But here's the thing. It gets on my nerves. And I know it says it in the scriptures, but why are we so focused on a reward to begin with? Shouldn't we just be doing it because it's the right thing to do? Why should we care? Why do we need to make it a point to tell people, hey, if you do this, God will reward you? Why can't we say, hey, God asked us to do this and let's just do it? And let it just be a bonus and a plus. Then when we get to heaven, oh, wow, we get rewarded for this. But no, we're a people of greed. That we have to make it a point to tell people that you will gain something from this. And it's so sad. Anytime somebody asks for help, the first thing is, well, what are you going to do for me? What am I going to get out of it? Instead of just helping the person. It's greed. Too much greed in this world. Everybody's so focused about themselves that they don't want to do nothing unless they're going to gain something. Because this world is pure evil and they're stuck on their self. But you know what? This Bible says that we're not here for ourselves. We're here to serve, to be a servant, to serve others, to serve Him and to serve others. In fact, most Christians are doing quite the opposite. They are serving God and serving themselves. And that is not what God had called or asked us to do. You're gaining nowhere in your wisdom. And this is why most Christians are like, well, I'm trying to grow in my faith. Well, they don't understand why. Well, you're making everything about you. First of all, everything should be made about God and then others. But everybody's too focused on their life. In fact, almost all their prayers consist about everything for them. And the only time that they ever pray for somebody else is if somebody said, oh, can you pray for me or pray for my daughter because this person's missing or this person's sick or this. And that is the only time you will catch them praying. When do you, out of your normal everyday prayer, say, Lord, let me pray for the people that are stuck in these kind of situations today. And today, Lord, I prayed for all the homeless and this. Let me go ahead and pray for all the people, dear God, who's ever stuck in war and is in captivity. Let me pray for them today. And then the next day say, Lord, you know what? I just got a need to pray for all the people who's in financial troubles or have lost their way or is sitting in the dark. We are called to pray for other people. Our prayers should be more praying for other people than they should be for ourselves. But see, the people don't see that. To think all the prayers is all about asking God for all their needs and wants. First of all, God already knows what you need and want, and He will provide for you already without you having to ask. He wants you to serve Him and to serve others. We are called to be servants. That means including in our prayers should be consistent of praying for other people and their needs. And then by doing so, God will take care of you and what you need. But too many people are focused on themselves and not enough on God, and definitely not enough on others.